Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Jono.
My name's Jason.
And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest mistakes that we made as beginner videographers just starting out. We've been doing videography for about 5-6 years now, and along the way, we have made a ton of mistakes, haven't we, Jace?
Oh yes, we were like headless chickens back then.
So anyways, let's get into it.
Point number 1 is overthinking about pricing. Back when we first started, we would stress a lot about whether we were charging the right amount of price. If we're charging a bit too low, we feel like we're getting taken advantage of. But if we're charging too high, we felt like our clients would ghost us and not take us on as their videographer.
So Jace, are there any specific examples throughout our videography journey that you can think of?
Oh yes, so back when we first started, we were doing a lot of cheap social media shoots. I think like we were doing $200 for 2 hours.
And we were producing about 10 videos
Exactly.
for each shoot.
And I remember feeling like so resentful and so unmotivated when I'm doing these shoots. But looking back, I felt like I actually worried about nothing, because at the time when I was doing those shoots, I was worried that I'll be stuck at that price range for the rest of my career. But I was so wrong, because in 1 or 2 years, we were doing projects that range from a few thousand to even $10,000.
So I think an important takeaway that a beginner can take from this story is to not overthink about pricing. I think it's really important to just get your feet wet. Develop the muscle of charging a client some money in exchange for your services. Doesn't really matter how much, but just get your feet wet, because then over time, you can slowly focus on developing your craft, improving your portfolio, and the money will eventually come. Okay, mistake number 2, not investing in equipment. Oftentimes with beginners, I see them making the mistake of investing too much into their equipment. They think that they don't have the right equipment in order to get started, and as a result, they never actually start at all. But for us, we're actually the other way around. We are so against investing in equipment until it is absolutely necessary. And sometimes that can hold us back in terms of elevating our work and also speeding up our workflow. A perfect example of this is I've been editing using my 2019 MacBook Pro for the last 2 to 3 years, and it's been slow as heck, but I held off from investing until last week, where I bought this one here, and all of a sudden my life has just become so much easier because my editing workflow has just sped up like 2-3 times. And looking back now, I'm just like, I had the money, why did I not just invest in this laptop earlier to save me a lot of frustration over the last 2 to 3 years?
Look, we're not saying that investing in equipment is the only way that you could get better at your craft. We're just saying that there's certain purchases that you can make as a beginner that could drastically improve the quality of your videos.
Take, for example, one of our coaching students who we've featured on our subscriber story series, Kelly. When I first met her, she was an absolute beginner who didn't know even how to use a camera. From the very beginning, she invested into the Sony a7S III, and she was instantly able to get her footage from here all the way to here very, very quickly. And that just comes down to investing in the right equipment at the right time.
Mistake number 3 is not planning out our videos before the shoot. Back when we first started, we would just rock up on a shoot and shoot whatever that's happening during that time. As a result, the shots that we got are substandard, and when it got back to editing, there wasn't any structure to the shots at all, and we had a hard time editing these videos.
The biggest turning point for us was when we started organizing these spec projects, like the basketball project and the boxing project, where we really took an extra effort in planning out those 2 shoots. So we scoped out the location, we picked out the music beforehand, we even created like a shot list that we would bring onto the shoot with us so that we could tick it off. And that allowed us to very quickly elevate our videos. So remember guys, if you're a beginner and you're looking to instantly elevate the quality of your videos without doing anything else, I would say the biggest thing you can do is start planning out your videos. Mistake number 4 is not having a clear marketing system. When we're beginners, just like a lot of beginners out there who are just starting with videography, our biggest problem was we didn't have enough clients. And the worst thing was we had no idea where to start in order to find these clients. Who can relate to that pain point?
I thought you were gonna slap me.
We would send a couple of outreach messages here and there, make a few social media posts, and when nothing worked, we would feel very discouraged and would just give up. It wasn't until we got our first business mentor in our first year of business back in 2022 where we learned about this concept of implementing a marketing plan into your business, a system in your business that allows you to consistently tell people about what you do. Because if no one knows what you do, they can't buy from you.
I think what a lot of beginners do is like they will do like the outreach and then they will get clients and get bogged down by all the client work. And once they're getting bogged down by all the client work, they're not doing the outreach anymore because they don't have a system to consistently do it. These days, when we implement the marketing system, even when we're getting bogged down by all the client work, we're getting our outreach and we're getting our marketing done every single week. This ensures that we're able to have good, consistent like leads and sales done every single month.
So whether it is sending out outreach messages, posting on social media, reaching out to people that you know, attending events, create some sort of plan that you can follow on a week-by-week basis that will allow you to consistently put yourself out there and tell people about your services. Now, if you are a beginner videographer looking to take your passion and turn it into a high-income skill, but you don't know where to start, go check out our 6-Figure Filmmaker Starter Kit. It contains a roadmap, tools, and all the templates like our own marketing plan that we use for our own business that took us from complete beginners back in 2019 to eventually growing a multi-6-figure videography business. So go check that out, link below.
Moving on. Mistake number 5 is not setting clear expectations for our clients. Back when we first started, there were times where we didn't set a clear expectation on what the final videos are gonna look like or how many videos that we're gonna deliver. So at the end of the day, when we finally hand over our deliverables, which is our videos, our clients sometimes would get a little bit confused, like, hey, this isn't like what I thought it would look like, or this isn't the amount of videos that I'll like.
And the worst examples were at times clients would call us telling us that they had a shoot for us. We would just go to the shoot without even talking about any sort of cost with the client. And so we would do the project and then afterwards be like, okay, how do we go about charging the client for this now? And that's never an ideal place to be. This changed when we started setting out a clear scope and deliverables for each video project that we do, with even links to some examples so they know what the final product looks like. And that really helps us set a very clear expectation on what the client is actually paying for.
One of the biggest tips that we could give is you want to set the client's expectations low and then over deliver. An example is when we were shooting weddings, at the end of the wedding day, we would actually surprise the couple by printing out Polaroids of the photos that we've taken that day. This was not something that was promised to them when we made the sale, so therefore it was a really nice surprise for them. And it is a very good example of us over-delivering on our service.
And that just results in a lot of happy customers and a lot of referrals.
Hell yeah.
And so those were the 5 biggest mistakes that we made as beginner videographers just starting out on our videography journey 5-6 years ago. I hope you guys are able to gain some key insights from the mistakes that we made and hopefully do something about it with your own videography journey. Now, if you're a beginner looking to take your journey to the next level and you're looking for some resources to level up, go check out our free resources like our creator kit, which contains pre-production templates that we've done in the past, and also our 7-day videography email crash course. Don't forget to also check out our new school community if you want to surround yourself with a community of like-minded individuals who are on the same journey as you and they're going to push you to the next level. And that's it from me, guys. We'll see you next week.
Stay focused.